Hey, welcome to What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson. I'm your host here with Ed Knoll, our other host. How are you
Hey
doing, Ed?
Jan, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's a wonderful Black Friday, of which I
Yeah,
do not partake, but I did once. I once went
I
to Black
don't.
Friday.
I'm not one to go fight people to buy stuff. I
You know,
mean,
the one, yeah, the one year
it's
that I
just not
did,
me.
the one year that I did participate, it was so quiet. I don't know, it was one of those years where I guess everybody didn't have money, and I went out and I got some new lamps, and it was fun. It was fun because there wasn't anybody out there like they normally would be, right?
Yeah,
So I said, "Man, that's fine," but I haven't done it since.
yeah.
I don't plan to.
I'm I'm really a poor consumer. You know how some people are just right. I mean, like the neighbors that are getting the Amazon boxes on a daily basis, right?
Yes.
Keep the economy
Yes.
going. I'm glad there are people like that because I'm definitely not one of them.
Yeah. My sister's a pretty good Walmart shopper. She loves the delivery, and, boy, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome
No,
for me, I don't have to go to the store, right?
there's some really right cool advantages if you do what you want. I
Right.
mean, and get what you want and don't have to go through, more hoops or more time or, whatever their
Right.
ordering process is or whatever.
Yes. So, yeah, so it was a nice Thanksgiving holiday. I was not the host for a change, and, since we've moved and I don't have a place to host, I'm homeless along with the rest of my family. We're all homeless right now. So it's kind of fun. We're all in rentals, and, so I guess we're not really homeless, right?
Yeah, did you get leftovers or that's one of
Oh,
the things?
yes. Oh,
Okay.
that
So
was
that's one of the things sometimes if you're not good enough or people snag up all the leftovers, you go home and go, "Hey, what do I got?"
that was what used to happen to me as the host. I would look in my fridge and I go, "Where'd everything go? It's gone." And some of that was by design because I didn't like to have a whole lot of leftovers, but it was kind of funny because this time I got so much. I was like, I looked in the fridge and I said, "Oh my goodness, I've got to take some of this because I got to have something to eat." And there's so much to eat that we're gonna have to freeze it all. So it was fun.
Sound
It was very
sounds like a
fun.
new formula.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Except when we do finally get to our final destination, we'll be next door to each other, so we'll be taking turns being the hosts. So it
Oh,
will
well
be kind
that's
of
that's
fun. Yeah.
pretty reasonable.
Yeah, we have our own little semi community in the same area, and so it's going to be
Yeah,
fun.
no, that's wise.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, I don't think you saw the post that I put out on Rumble and, YouTube, which identifies what we're gonna talk about, but you and I did chat a little bit ahead of time. Oh, before I do that, let me quickly share my screen, and we'll remind everybody, hang on a second, and remind everybody to there it is. Go to Substack. It's hermson.substack.com, and Hermson is with an E. And what you'll find there is any of the shows that we've talked about. It'll guide you to getting to the link if you want to do that. And this week, because this is Black Friday and because we've not been on for a bit, I decided I'm going to go ahead and share this show on Substack. So, I'll be sending it out via email. So if you're one of my subscribers um, on Substack, then you'll get the show. So how about that?
Hey, I love your picture of LaRue. First
Isn't that
glance,
cool?
I thought it was you spelled out LaRue with stacks of cash. Right?
Oh, wouldn't that be cool? I hadn't thought about that.
That's what
Yeah,
it
those are
looked. I
books.
mean, yeah, at a distance, but they are quality books. I see.
They are. Yes, it's very cool. And that's just to remind everybody that this year we celebrated our 25 years. So we're working on our second 25 now. And we're excited because we have lots of new things that we're getting ready to do. We'll keep you informed on that. And Ed and I will be here more often, I think.
Yeah.
Both our lives have been a little crazy in 2025. So we're going to try and, step it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we should have more prognosticators. I want to see people start picking the future, right?
There you go.
I couldn't pick mine.
No, no, no way. So, so that's our Substack, and maybe I'll get Ed to throw some sports stuff on it at some different points in time. You never know, maybe
Yeah, my son
info and
thinks this weekend is the biggest sports weekend of the year. And anyway, we talked earlier about analytics in sports and that being likely AI, and
yes.
it leads in hopefully to what we're going to talk about.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. So today, because yesterday was Thanksgiving, I didn't have a lot of time for show prep. So I said, I'm writing a book on AI, hopefully to be released sometime next year. And I do research using Grok often. So I said, I'm just going to go ahead and ask Grok to provide me with some different headlines. So, what I said was actually, I've got it right here, create 10 to 15 topics, news related, provide them in press release style. The audience will be worldwide, but just the topics with brief highlights for each. So it said things like global breakthrough in fusion energy achieves net gain milestone. Major tech giants unveil AI ethics framework amid regulatory scrutiny. It's a little bit narcissistic.
Yeah, was it
Historic.
for or against?
It says that the leading companies, including XAI, Google, and OpenAI, have jointly released a comprehensive AI ethics code committed to transparency, bias mitigation, and human oversight as governments worldwide push for stricter regulations on artificial intelligence deployment. So, yeah, so we all kind of know already, you and I already know a little bit about what happens with AI many times. The other one that I thought was really interesting is SpaceX launches first crewed mission to Mars orbit. And I said, really? They've launched it? They weren't scheduled to launch that. So the first thing that I did was I went in and I looked that up, and it says Musk says first mission to Mars will launch next year, right? But that's not with a crew. This was done in March of 2025. And so in 2026, they are planning to do the launch, but an unmanned crew, not anything with anybody that's manned. So it
Is he
basically just
sending one of the new trucks to Mars?
I don't know. Oh, but I thought it was interesting because here it is, just very blatantly, the bullet point says that, and then it says Elon Musk SpaceX has successfully sent a crew of 6 astronauts toward Mars, marking humanity's first orbital mission to the red planet, which plans for data collection on habitability and future colonization. So what I usually do when in doing my research, what I generally will do is I will go in and I'll challenge it and I'll say, well, that's not true. And then I'll cite some article like this. And then it says, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes it tells me it lost its mind in its own terms. It says it in technical terms, but basically says I've lost my mind. And so you really just have to be so careful with with this.
AI,
And that leads to what you were talking about in sports.
well, right, and AI is Gen Z, right? If it's written that it's going to happen, they just count it as happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't. There's no follow up. They read that exactly like artificial intelligence did.
Well,
If
and the
that's
other
scheduled to
problem,
happen, it's going to.
right? And the other problem with it is that most people only read the headlines. And I keep threatening to do, if I had more time, I'd be doing a show called Don't Just Read the Headlines, because if you do, you're in trouble. So
Yeah, when you, I totally agree. I mean, just take your phone. I'm not a subscriber of Apple News, but I can go to Apple News and I can see all the headlines, but I can't open the articles.
oh,
You know,
because you're
you
not
see what,
subscribed.
because I don't have an Apple subscription, but they're listed, right? And in
Right.
with others that aren't.
Right.
And so, anyway, they lead you by the nose through those things, however, AI to whatever they want you to read or try to read and things like that. But back to sports, there's percentages of wins now. And of course, right, there's always been sports books and numbers, but now
Sure.
like
And prognosticate.
projections of the Kansas City Chiefs making the playoffs and winning each game, and then percent chance of winning that game. And there are numbers that aren't logical. There are numbers in those that aren't. And even the announcer said, I got to check that number. Well, like it's a randomness AI thing.
Right. And again, this is an example of how, so because I had tried using it at different times to help form some shows and come up with ideas and topics and things like that. And I was finding all over the place that none of it was true. So it's useless to have it gather all this information for you if it's not giving you accurate
If
information.
it's not coming from the place you want,
Right.
right? Wouldn't you be, if you're a gambler, right? And you're going, hey, Cowboys, Chiefs, who's going to
Right.
win?
Oh,
Who's going to
yeah.
win and by
Imagine
how
that.
much? Right? What up with that?
Yeah. Imagine that. That would really be bad.
Well,
Right.
I'm guessing people do it. I'm just guessing it's, again, misreading facts, or, right? It's not tuned into the game yet, or tuned into life yet, like it will be, like it's going to have its claws in all of us and have better information.
Well, and I also, as part of my research, have joined a platform where we are supposed to be teaching AI. Now, I just started this. I started a year ago. I got no projects. So then just recently I got hit up and said, hey, there's a project here. And I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. So yesterday I went through, day before yesterday, sorry. I went through and I did a couple of the projects. What I can't understand yet is how it's training AI, because I'm correcting things and they require you never to use AI. So, because obviously, we're supposed to be teaching it, right?
Well, right. And that's come out in the news over time, where you looked at, hey, they're using my albums for this AI without license. Hey, they're reading my books without
Yes,
license,
lots of
right?
that.
And right, and all that stuff. Well, whoever's educating AI is giving it its history, right? Is it Christian? Right? I mean,
Right,
literally,
right.
is it from the West? I
Well,
mean,
and a lot of what I'm being told to do without disclosing, anything that I shouldn't, is to listen to different audio and correct it. So if I mishear something, you're going to get a wrong translation, right? Or a wrong lyric or a wrong. And there was a lot of that. Had songs that I had to listen to. And you know how hard it is sometimes to hear what they're saying in a song. I slowed it down to like 0.5. It's different times, especially the rappers, right? And
I've
try
been
and figure
listening
out what
to
they're
songs for
saying.
50 years and I don't know the lyrics to them.
Well, and or you hear them wrong, right? How many times have you said, I thought that song said, and then you're like, oh my God, that's not what it says.
Totally. It happens all the time to me.
And for 50 years, I thought it said that. Oh my goodness. And it was something obscene and you didn't know it because
Well,
you were too
it
young.
changes your like high school, college experience.
Yes. That's pretty funny. So anyway, so that's one example. The other thing I wanted to ask you, because my daughter said something today, and is your right foot larger or smaller than your left foot? Do you
So,
know?
I think I do. My understanding is that if you're right-handed and
Oh,
right-footed, that yes. If you're left-handed and left-footed, your left foot is bigger.
oh, interesting. So let's look and see, because that was another thing that I pulled up.
I mean, I don't know
And
where I picked up that factoid, but that's what I believe.
Yeah. So these are this is what Copilot search said. It's common for one foot to be larger than the other due to natural asymmetry. Many people notice their left foot is often slightly larger than their right. However, some studies suggest the right foot may be larger for some, but the difference is typically very small. And the variation is normal, can be attributed to genetics. So maybe, like you were talking about the dominant limb use or other minor physical factors. So in conclusion, whether your right foot is bigger than your left can vary from person to person, and slight differences are perfectly normal. So, but I just thought it was kind of funny, is you're right. And I've had that experience where I bought shoes and like the right foot fits and the left foot doesn't, or
Well,
vice
that's
versa.
why I know, right? I know
Yeah.
which foot's bigger because I have to size that foot. Right? That foot
Yep.
is what you buy shoes for. You don't get a like split pairs.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you're always a little, waiting in one of them, right?
So, right, you're gonna like wear a 12 and an 11,
Big
right?
socks, big socks on one side, and that's why sometimes the shoes are mismatched, right? Because
Yeah.
people
Well, it
say, "Oh,
has
I
to
can't."
be.
Yeah, it has to be. I always thought about that. Why is that like an 8 and this is a 9? Yeah, that's why. So,
Yeah.
I just thought it was pretty
Someone
funny.
was smarter than we were, or
Yeah,
smarter earlier.
that's right. Yep. So, toes have a mind of their own. It's not uncommon for one foot's second toe to be longer than the big toe. Yes, absolutely. A condition.
I concur with that.
I concur with that as well. A condition known as, you never knew where you're gonna know all our anatomy too. While while the other
However,
foot.
it's a challenge if you put like compression socks on,
Oh,
and
yes.
I mean, it can put pressure at the tip of that second
You're showing your
toe.
age there, Mr. Ed.
Well, it's well, my ankle is maybe public knowledge. I like
Yeah, yeah,
have a
yeah.
bone on bone thing, but I try different things all the time just to mix it up.
Yep.
And that's one of the things I tried. And I thought I was going to have to cut my toe off when I drove cross country. Had those on. I was like, what the heck? And it was just the compression sock pulling in.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. So why one foot is bigger than the other? Here's another analysis of this. It's completely normal. Studies suggest that more than 80% of people have asymmetrical feet, with the left foot more often being the larger one. For
Huh.
me, it's the right foot that's bigger. Huh. So whoever wrote this, their right foot's bigger than the left. Dominance and activity. If you're right-handed, here's your little thing here. Your left leg may be your support leg and bear more weight over time, leading to slight expansion. Bone structure and development. Small variations during development in childhood can lead to a long-term size differences. Injuries, so there you are. Sprains, breaks, surgeries can cause swelling, scarring, or structural changes in one foot. And circulatory or muscular imbalances, swelling, nerve damage, or muscle tightness can cause one foot to be larger. So, yeah, finding shoes, they're talking about, thanks for the advertising. Finding the right shoes can be a nightmare. Yep. The sock dilemma. It sounds silly, but people often notice one sock fits better than the other. Also true. And then postural and gait imbalances. So you get knee or hip pain, lower back discomfort, uneven wear on shoes. And then over time, subtle shifts can lead to chronic pain or injury, especially if combined with high impact activities. Remember when we were in the referral group, Ed, and Dr. Kim was talking about different things. I learned a lot from her. She's a chiropractor, and I learned a.
I think her birthday's today.
Is it really? Oh,
I
good. I'm glad
believe
I
it is.
mentioned her.
I
Happy
believe
birthday,
it is.
Dr. Kim. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I learned a lot from when she was talking about different things about, why she did what she did, because I've never been to a chiropractor. So, and I thought, oh, well, that's, I just learned that there are ways to adjust your body to, so maybe that's all part of it, the feet too.
Well, right. I mean, well, it goes with yoga. For me, is like, right, if you're standing like a bird on one leg and flying, right, your face is right on that foot. Best I know, you can see every hair here, every little freckle you got on your feet, and you get to notice them, and you're up close and personal to your legs a lot.
That's
And
funny.
anyway, you got to get them out of your way. thought that was interesting how you were talking about slight expansion. Over time, I've noticed great expansion, right? I mean, my feet are like square now. They're almost as like wide as they are long.
Yeah, it's funny because I have shoes sometimes that I don't wear for a long time, especially boots, because I don't always wear my boots because of what I do here at the shop. And, I at one point tried to put them on. I was like, oh, not doing that. After having worn, you wear tennis shoes and, more comfortable shoes a lot. I used to go barefoot all the time, and that changed things too. So, yeah, all the
I
stuff you
think
don't think about.
what I do now, and I had advice actually by Rock on this, is get full support shoes, right? And they're available all over the place, and have them fitted by a professional,
Hmm.
right? Take your doctor, if he tells you what's wrong, they are people that spend time and do that. I poo pooed it and had it done. And I mean, for the most part, right? I mean, I can't jog anymore, and I can probably only go 3, 4, 5 miles in a day now, but mostly that's enough. And so most people don't know, but they really shoe fits or the shoe fitting well and having an accurate fit can change your world.
So if the shoe fits, wear it, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that establishment. I was going to use their tagline, but I've not been there. But whether it's a place like Shields, one of the challenges I find here in Southern Ohio, right? I got to go to Columbus to find somebody who's got full sport shoe. There's no shopping, right? There's no stores close that have
Right.
full support shoes. There's,
That's
so I
funny.
guess I can go online, but I'm not a big online person with shoes and clothes because
You
I'll
gotta send them
settle for I'll
back half
settle
the
for a
time.
poor fit sometimes.
I know, that's what I was saying, you have to
Yeah.
send them back. They don't fit, or
Well,
like you
right.
say, you just settle and you don't send them back.
Yep. And that's
Amazon has come to a lot of times you take them back to Kohl's or one of the other places to return. Oh, that's just such a pain. If I wanted to go into the store, I would have gone in the store and bought it.
right. And so, but with shoes, you can make it almost like a doctor's appointment for me. If you get the right person who's an experienced person and had practice and knows, best I know, we're not alone. There's lots of folks looking for foot comfort and,
It's true.
walking
Yeah.
stability. And so, anyway, get some good advice, spend the money, and you'll just sleep with those shoes.
And if you do, it won't hurt
That's right. That's right.
when you
The
wake
deal
up.
as you get older is right. Like, my ankle's a thing, and so if I'm really active, it can be my what my bottom. Right. It's the thing that hurts and makes me stop doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Right. What you want to do is like fix that and have a new bottom. Right. So hey, my ankle can go, but my lungs are small
There
now.
you go.
Right. So right, find your next
It's true.
problem. Find your next low.
There you go. So as I was not prepping for the show, I ran across another story that I thought was kind of interesting. And hang on. Huh, there we go. All right. So here it is. The new cash law could change shopping for millions. Have you noticed that certain places don't take cash? I went to an Aces game and I was with my daughter and I had cash in my hand. She goes, "Oh no, mom, you can't do that. You're not doing that. They don't take cash." Well, in New York, shoppers will soon face one less barrier at the checkout as a newly signed law forces merchants to accept cash payments. So they will now have to, all the different establishments are going to have to start to accept cash. And I guess in Walmart, and I guess this was as a result of COVID, right? So they stopped taking cash a lot of places. Did you have that
Interesting.
experience at all
So,
anywhere? I very
so
little.
yes, I did in Nevada, right? So I'm here now, right, in Southern Ohio, where there's more proprietary businesses, right? Restaurant, not less chain, national
Right, right.
places. And so some of the nicest places here don't take credit cards.
Oh, how interesting.
They don't take
Yeah.
them. I mean, whatever their reasoning, likely, I mean,
Because
it's
of the
like,
fees.
well, right. I mean, that margin of 4 or 5% you
Yeah.
can live on and you're giving it to somebody else.
Yep. It's true.
Likely you have flexibility in accounting too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
So, but
So,
anyway, I've noticed that here, and I would likely think that's true in many small towns around, because it's a separating point.
so is
It's
Reno a big town now all of a sudden?
best I could tell. Reno always was a big town, right? When you
Mm,
look at population, I
we always
mean,
disagree on stuff like this.
so I mean, I live 2 hours from like right. So, um, I'm more impacted here by Columbus than I was in Reno by Sacramento. And Columbus and Sacramento are roughly the same size.
Okay.
That's my gauge, right? Sacramento, right? We have to go over there for stuff, but basically, it doesn't influence Reno. I
Yeah,
don't
I haven't
think.
been to Sacramento in many, many, many
Right. Well,
years.
here, if you right need surgeons, right? I mean, specific
Gotcha.
things.
Well, and that's true.
You're going to
Medical,
Columbus.
yeah,
If you got a dog with a super problem, right? You're going to Columbus, right?
yeah.
Columbus is where Porsche dealers are. I got no dealers down here, right? I mean, so Columbus
Oh,
is
poor
an hour
thing.
and 50 minutes away, and I need it,
Well, look
right?
at here.
Reno doesn't need anybody else.
Look, Money Talk News is talking about Ohio bill could force Walmart and Costco to accept cash payments again. Do you have a Walmart or a Costco there?
Yep, got a
Well,
Walmart. There's Walmart
apparently they're
and a
not
Sam's
accepting
Club.
cash, and
No,
they're
they
gonna.
do.
Do they?
So it depends on, I mean, the businesses
Oh.
have choices,
Oh, okay.
right? So you can or could not before this law.
Okay. All right.
And
Well,
so here,
Ohio
I'm
is
guessing
gonna
you'll find,
force Walmart and Costco to accept cash payments again.
huh?
I said Walmart is going to be forced to by this Ohio bill if it passes.
Well, any of them that are here, right?
Right.
They can close the ones here,
They could do that. Yeah, they
right?
could.
I mean, they do pretty big business, but
Yeah. Yeah, in 2019, New Jersey effectively banned cashless establishments. Colorado enacted a similar measure 2 years later, requiring retailers to accept cash. I've had people come in here and say, "Do you still take cash?" Oh, I take cash. I like cash.
California's the cashless state, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
and
And I'm
that's,
sure it's Californians when they're coming in that are asking those
yeah.
questions. Yeah.
Well, right. They're the people with no money.
Yeah, so here's where even in this article, the guy talks about in a bill currently being considered by lawmakers in Ohio would require businesses to provide at least one point of sale location which accepts cash for transactions of 500 or less.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it's fine,
I mean, what you're saying is, I mean, literally what you're saying is there are people here that like don't have bank accounts,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
If you don't have a bank account, I mean, unless you have some kind of credit card, but you have to have some way to pay that, right? You have to have a place to set your money to send it someplace. And
Right.
if you don't have any accounts,
Yeah,
like
it's true.
like
Well,
those,
and that's why they were trying to implement those debit cards for people that didn't have bank accounts. Do you know what I'm talking about? That they would put it all on this debit card. I don't know. I have gift cards that I've been given, and they have like $5 on them, and it's like, I got to find a way to spend this, and then some, like when you're online, some of the things won't allow you to do two different types of payment. So you can't use that $5, right? I mean, they're
well,
making
and
money.
well, right, and the company never has to pay it, right?
That's right.
I mean
Yeah, they don't have to refund you.
the amount of money that like is left on the table by consumers on gift cards is high just because, like you said, it's a hassle. I
Yeah,
mean, gift cards for the most part, I'm not remembering it unless it's a Starbucks card
it's true.
because that would be in my car, right, in my console or something. But I mean,
Do
I
you
don't
have
know.
Starbucks where you are?
I haven't been to one. There are some coffee
Really?
shops. Um, I don't know where the closest one is here.
How funny.
I do not know. I mean, Portsmouth might have one, but
Huh.
I don't know where it is. And
So you
then you
don't
have
like get coffee anymore.
the major, no, well, I drink coffee, but I'm mostly like a home caregiver. So I probably have 25 Keurigs a day. That's right. So hot
That's funny.
chocolate, various cappuccinos, and the like. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite?
No, so we do have an Ollie's. You can buy just like Keurig by the case. It's like $5 for a case. I'm telling you, man, it's a steal of a lifetime. They build giant displays of Keurig at
That's funny.
Ollie's.
What a different lifestyle, right?
It
Very
totally
different.
is. It's urban. It's like it's a little bit like going back in time, but it's like well, it's poor urban, right? Without the people now. It's like the people left. It's almost like an apocalyptic movie. A little bit, except like Sciotaville, for instance, they have new sewers and water treatment plants and infrastructure. We have all this in the hospitals that my mom, like I said, we just walk right in. I mean, the services and the stuff that like sustain generations is in place,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it's comforting.
I think that people who have never been in the position of being a caregiver have no idea how different it is and how you have to kind of adjust. And it's not that it's not bad. It's just different. And you just don't even think about certain things of doing because you know you can't. So you
Well,
don't.
right. You talk about stuff. I went and saw some friends I graduated college with, right? Hadn't seen them in 40 years, a couple of them. And we visited and talked plans and things. And it was nice. And they're like, hey, what up? And it's like, I got no tomorrow, right? I mean, I'm just light and want to be light on my feet and available and things. But, you know, you, you never know.
You know, it's been 4 years since my husband passed, and having taken care of him for over 10, and then suddenly he's gone and you are not responsible for anybody but yourself is a very strange, and you've been doing this almost a year now,
Yep.
and it's a very strange, it's like a shock, right? You're like you go into shock and
Well, you get
it
into
seems
things like,
people
I don't,
people would
I, don't- I'm sorry.
that's all right. People would say to me, "Oh, in so many ways this is a relief." And I thought, "Not really. It's a whole change of life, right?"
Well, you have to choose, like, what do I like, right? It goes
Yeah,
back to that I think there's a Progressive Insurance commercial and she's doing the speaking to graduating students and she's like, and you get to choose dinner every day for the rest of your life. Oh, right?
and it's
Yeah.
like, I didn't ever have to make that choice before. I knew exactly what I was gonna do.
Well, right. It does. And I mean, like I'm adapting to what mom likes to eat. So I
Exactly.
am making
Yes.
some things that I don't eat or wouldn't regularly eat. And
Right.
I'm pushing my envelope of what I can make and do. And um it's just it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it's interesting though, because one of the things, I was doing some prepping, right? Trying to make sure if something happens, I've got stuff in the cabinet, I've got, so as I was moving, I'm pulling all this stuff out and I'm like, oh, I'll never eat that. Right? Because it was something that I purchased because I knew John could eat it. And
Right.
so, or I could mash it up or do whatever I needed to do to make it work. So, and as I said, as a caregiver, former caregiver, well, I'm a caregiver again in a way. Um,
I think once you are, you never leave.
yeah,
It's like a fraternity.
it it really is. And unless you've done it, you can relate to it, you can kinda understand some of it, but you really don't know. And it's a kind of a crazy thing because it's not something you really wanna have to know. right? I mean, it'd be nice not to know this.
Yeah, but I've always found in my life that the things I didn't want to learn that I learned are the most important things that I needed to know.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And I mean, it's very valuable information. It's things you can use in so many different ways, but
I think it's something, a perspective that I've taken is, what changes do you make as a caregiver because of what you see or what you're
oh, that's very
experiencing?
true.
Right?
That
Are
is
you
very
are you
true.
eating differently? Are
Yes.
you socializing, drinking, smoking, whatever you do? Are you different? Are you doing? Are you heavy? Are you anyway? All
No,
these
it's
things
true.
come up because you're looking at someone else looking for challenge, and you find fault with yourself.
Right. But the problem that you have with that is that oftentimes, because of the service that you're doing, you don't have time to fix you.
Well, right.
But you
That's
do
the
think about it and you do plan for it. But I know myself, I was like, oh gosh, I got to do this. And when am I going to do this? So again, after he passed, it was like, okay, now what? Now what? And it took, it's like I said, it's been 4 years. I just now really feel like, I made the decision to make a move and do some things. So it took a long time. So if you're going through this, believe me, it can be quick for some people. I've seen people make decisions immediately, take off, do their thing, and they're fine. And I've seen other people that, they just have to wait. They have to kind of work through that process. Took me a while. Took me a
Yeah,
while.
it's a well, I've been on a roller coaster through it and stuff. I think I came out who I went in, the same person as I went in, kind of, sort of, but not always, and
No.
certainly not every day. And
No.
certainly I had months of
Frustration.
cloudiness, and you don't really right. It's just like, oh, you have a purpose, but you don't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, and so you go into, I did self doubt on some things, and then
Right. Oh, lots of that.
you've been plucked out of your environment and into a new one, which can be refreshing in a new chapter, but you're not always hanging around babies, right? I mean, anyway. So, but
Very
it's
interesting.
yes, it totally is. And folks, open your eyes if you have family members or friends that are aging, and just, be there.
Yeah, be there for them and, you know, I don't know, respond to the action that happens, right? I mean, nobody can predict what you're gonna need to do, and, dealing with medical folks, one of my friends said to me, "Oh my god, I've gotta be so proactive about this, and they're fighting with me. They don't want me to help make decisions for my husband," and I said, "Oh, no. You stay on it because you have to be there for them." And one of the things that I said is, every time they'd want to introduce a new medication or a new drug that, because he had multiple sclerosis, so they were always coming up with new things.
Right,
You
right.
have to read through those studies. Those people that are administering this do not know, and I don't blame them. They can't know. How many diseases are there out there? Right? They can't know all the things. So you, as the person that's, helping your significant other or whatever, you got to pay attention to that and read the studies, all the stuff, and tell them no. Tell them no. Wait a minute. My daughter last night was saying the first time she took when she had the twins, and she took one of the twins to the doctor, and they were trying to force her to do this CAT scan and some other stuff. She took him in there because he had the flu, right? And she wanted to know if she could give him Pedialyte. He was a month old. And she said, I didn't know I could say no. I didn't know I could tell them I didn't want them to do that test. And
Yeah,
so when the person went out of the office, the nurse went out, or the doctor, and the person that was standing there assisting said, "You can say no." She goes, "I can?" She didn't even know. But that's part of being a parent, a new parent, right? And you don't know what you can and can't do. So be proactive with your people,
yeah,
whoever they are.
totally. Yeah,
Little
good
ones, big
advice.
ones, old ones, new ones. you know, and it's hard to say no to authority, right? I mean, some of us are like, oh, I don't want to argue that. They know I don't, right?
And I've seen hospitals, and I'm going to say I've seen really good care where I've been, but they operate on money.
Oh God,
And
yes.
man, oh man,
Oh
it's
yes.
test, test, test. They're going to have
Yep.
you tested for foot fungus if
If
they can earn, if the
if they
insurance
were
company will
stock
pay for it.
if they were stockbrokers, they would be accused of churning.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
they would be
no,
accused of
totally.
because,
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. They're churning.
yeah.
And they would not get away with it if they were, and yet
Well,
they
why?
are,
To
right?
me, that's a really interesting subject, and we should get into it. But over my time, say, my 30 years in Reno, when I got there and did loans for doctors, they owned their own offices and they had staff and they were W 2. And because mostly insurance premiums, right, protecting them, were so high, they combined with hospital systems who now pay them
Right.
W-2, and it's
Right.
not their responsibility to
Yep.
staff. It's not their responsibility to keep equipment good. It's not their responsibility. They're just employees now, and the big bad guy, right, as we all know, are the insurance companies.
Right.
And
Well,
so
and
doctors just punted and got away from making decisions for folks.
I think some of that became really apparent during COVID because of the fact that people started to see that those doctors were not able to make those decisions. It
Well, right,
became
they weren't
really
objective.
obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it became really obvious at that point in time.
Well, right. They were
So,
they were toting the line just like military.
yeah, it's true. So here's a headline that I had written in as one of the headlines: Advances in quantum computing solve decades old mathematical puzzle. I haven't checked this one, so I have no idea if it's real or not. A
So I think I
team,
saw a article headline with that.
a team at IBM's quantum lab has utilized new qubit technology to crack the Riemann hypothesis, a long-standing math problem opening doors to enhanced cryptography and scientific modeling with global implications for security and research. Definitely over my head, but maybe we can. Let me go ahead and
I
share
don't know
this.
it's fact or fiction, but I saw like whatever, Vanity Fair or somebody, whoever that article had, right, is somebody like that, I think.
Interesting. Well, let's look
Or
up
the Atlantic or something. It was some like, that.
something like that.
Well,
Quantum
one of those sources.
solve decades old because we don't know if Grok is lying or not.
Right, right.
We're
Well,
gonna find
I'm
out.
guessing they got it from an article that might be lying. That's why I don't know.
So here we go. I just typed in quantum computing solve decades old mathematical puzzle. And so I didn't get anything from Copilot, which is interesting. And then breakthrough quantum algorithm solves, this was on September 11th, 2025. And helps pinpoint where quantum computers can outperform classical computers. So, century old mathematical problem, long considered impossible. The achievement is direct applications in fields including particle physics. We all deal in particle physics, right? Material science, and another
Not in some
add.
time. Not in some
Say
time.
again.
I said not in some time.
I
I did
missed
in
what you said.
school play with the
Uh oh,
basic.
I think I lost you.
What?
Oh my goodness. Are you still there? You're still there, but it looks like you have you're in the circle. What can I
Uh,
say?
have I
There
been
you are.
muted?
Yeah,
I've
maybe you
been
were.
muted by the fans.
You were muted momentarily. You're back. All right, so let's look at this. Let's see. Quantum computing is driven by the belief that the answer is yes. Factoring group. Hmm. Well, it's not telling me what it solved, though. Isn't that interesting? So it says it solved this age old math puzzle.
But the math puzzle was just like road to nowhere, it
Apparently,
appears.
yeah, it kind of looks that way,
So
doesn't it?
it's a theory they believed anyway. This proved it, so now maybe that can be default and not changeable. Those
Mm.
beliefs as they move into other stuff. Does that make sense?
Not to me, but that's okay.
Yeah. So, right, it's just
I'm
new
sure it makes sense, but
standards,
just not to me.
new standards, new defaults, easier to find and work with.
Hmm. All right. So let's see if, so this team of IBM Quantum Lab, let's type in IBM Quantum Lab. I'm not going to give up yet.
Didn't IBM have the Watson computer?
I don't remember. Quantum information, that's their platform. So that's not it. And so let's type in the Riemann hypothesis. Maybe that'll help. What do you think? Let's try. Riemann. There we go. Oops, it didn't pick it up. Got to have a better operator, and then you'll be able to find it. It's a conjecture in mathematics that states that all non-trivial zeros of the Riemann zeta function lie on the critical line where the real part is 1/2. Wow, that makes so much sense to me, doesn't it to you, Ed?
So, right. So so what they do, right? So if you're solving these problems, this is a fact now, right? So
That's what they're
points
saying.
on that line, right? Number wise, it's half. It's just like
I got you. I do
right.
actually
It's just
understand
like
that.
pi. It's 3.14,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
It's pi, and so
Yeah.
that will help solve future problems.
Well, here's the current status, and this is as of, let's see, do I have a date on this thing? There's no date on this thing. That's one of the things I do dislike about internet articles. It says current status. The Riemann hypothesis is one of the 7 Millennium Prize problems for which the Clay Mathematics Institute offers a reward of $1 million for a correct proof or counterexample. Despite extensive numerical evidence supporting the hypothesis, showing that billions of non-trivial zeros lie on the critical line, no proof has yet been found. So they're saying that
They should go pick up $1 million.
they should go pick up $1 million. We'll have to
Yeah.
follow up on that and see if they're gonna pick up $1 million because I'm not seeing it there.
Or AI's lying to us again. Like you said, those
That's what I'm
article
thinking.
headlines, they stole
Yep.
the headline that I saw. Maybe.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, I think they did. And I'm not sure that I agree that they've actually discovered that. So we'll have to do I'll do some follow up
So
on
you know
that.
what's funny about that is
Let me
they're
write
likely
myself a note.
AI is likely more like people than we know, right?
That's exactly what I'm seeing.
Yep. Best I know, AI is supposed to be science and right and data and facts, and best I know, it's opinionated.
It certainly seems that way. And what's interesting is that in this information that I'm Rusty, that's enough. My dog
Oh,
is
hey,
bugging me.
Rusto.
Yeah. In the documentation that I'm working on is that it's really subjective. So it's subjective on us. We're like, you're getting my thought process, right? I'm supposed to be analytical and not use my bias and all that, but we all do. So even though I'm going to do my best to be, accurate, I'm only as accurate as what I believe to be true. And that's sort of what AI is doing. So if we're training AI is only as accurate as I am.
So we
Right?
just need to be fortunate and keep our fingers crossed that folks that are altruistic and hopefully are Western friendly are better than folks elsewhere.
And that is part of what is being told in when you sign all this documentation. They're saying, look, we're trying to have quality. We're trying to maintain a certain level of accuracy. And so they have people checking me and, so it's interesting. It's really interesting. So I will let you know how this all goes and how long I can survive it.
Well, I think, truly, we talked about it. AI, I mean, it's in effect, programs like DU and LP and home loans, right? Loan approvals were automated.
Yeah, and for those who don't know those acronyms, direct underwriting and I don't even
LP,
remember the
Lone
loan
Prospector,
prospector.
are
That's right.
are just Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac
Right.
names for their approval systems. I mean, and they're big systems and involve a lot of stuff, but basically they take folks' facts and spit out whether they can like afford this or not.
It's
Or
true.
or AI thinks they can afford it or not. Right.
I'm
Or
going to be subject to AI in a couple of months. Woo!
well, right.
Look out.
Best I know,
Hopefully I pass.
we're under AI's thumb all the time.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
true. It's true.
it seems to me the more AI's around, the more fortunate I feel to be a little bit random.
So what game are you getting ready to watch?
Um, Today,
Yeah.
Ohio State plays a basketball game today. There's an Ole Miss Mississippi State game on right now, and it's over
Ah,
my screen.
that's what I
And
figured.
and I had a mute button, so I have that going on. And mom's
I was
down sitting.
watching you watch.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. My big thing is it's the game.
Yeah.
Michigan, Ohio State. We're overdue for a victory. Our team's good. There's always a lot of hype. I haven't been here in a long time. My aunts actually have their tickets to
Oh, wow.
the Big Ten championship game, so they have to win this game. Then they go next week to the Big Ten championship game, and they got their
Nice.
tickets and they're ready to go.
Awesome. Awesome.
So anyway, it's a big deal, and there's of course NFL and more college basketball. And
Right.
my son thinks it's the best sports weekend of the year.
Awesome. Well, you enjoy yourself. We're gonna head on out now for What's the Story? And we'll be back though. We're gonna do some more shows. And I thank you, Ed, for taking the time. And I'm glad your mom's doing okay.
Yeah, it's great
And
seeing you and hearing
yeah,
Rusto, and
yeah.
Merry post Thanksgiving to you.
Yes, same to you. And we'll meet again soon.
All
All
right,
right.
thank
Goodbye,
you.
everybody. Thanks for listening.